Let me ask you something honest.
Good, you are honest. That is of use here. Honesty attracts confidence, and confidences are the core of our business. See how honest I'm being with you.
Very good technique.
You're in a meeting. Your manager looks at you and says, "We need to verify and validate these parameters before we can close the deviation." You nod, you look confident, you even write something down. But inside, if you are being really honest with yourself, you weren't 100% sure of what just happened. So before we go any further, I want to give you a quick test. I'll give you 3 words. Just define them in your head in English right now. Are you ready? Your first word is parameter. Your second word is discrepancy. Your third word is validate. If you hesitated even slightly, you are not alone. And more importantly, you are exactly in the right place. These are not rare, complicated words. These are words your managers, your colleagues, your clients use every single day in meetings, in reports, on site, and in technical discussions. In the automotive industry, in the oil and gas industry, in energy, in mining, in pharma. And here's what nobody tells you. It's not about being smart. It's not about your engineering skills. It's about the gap between hearing a word and truly understanding what it means in a professional context. That gap, it affects how you follow instructions, how you respond in meetings, and honestly, how others see your potential. In this video, I'm walking you through 25 of the most critical engineering workplace vocabulary words you hear on a daily basis. Real definitions, live pronunciation practice, real industry examples, no fluff. Watch this once carefully, and you will never have to nod and pretend again in your meetings. The reality is that many ESL engineering professionals don't fully understand how these words are used. You don't feel confident using them naturally, or you avoid using them completely in meetings. If you work in a global engineering environment, this video was made especially for you. Here's a heads up. During the course of this video, I will be sharing 5 valuable, game-changing pro tips with you as well. Why? Because it is my goal to ensure that you just don't view these words on its own individually, but understand how to use them smartly and to avoid costly misunderstandings in your work. Let's get into it. I'd like to give you guidance on the additional pronunciation practice that I share with you for each word. When you look at the breakdown of each word, the syllable that is highlighted is the one that is stressed. What do I mean by stressed? That syllable is spoken in a little higher tone of voice, and sometimes it's even spoken a little longer. as well. Our first word is verify. The pronunciation of verify is verify. 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 The word tense is a verb, and the general meaning of verify is to confirm that something is correct or accurate. An engineering workplace meaning is, in engineering and manufacturing, verify means checking that measurements, systems, or processes meet requirements or specifications. The general example is, please verify the information before sending the report. An automotive industry example is, the quality engineer verified the torque specifications before vehicle release.
Every single computer is able to see the transactions, to verify that the transactions are valid, and then to verify like the whole history of transactions.
Word number 2 is validate. And the pronunciation of validate is validate. 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 The word tense is, it's a verb. The general meaning of validate is to prove that something is accurate, effective, or acceptable. An engineering or workplace meaning is, in engineering, validate means testing whether a product or a process performs correctly under real operating conditions. A general example is, we need to validate the results before making a decision. A pharmaceutical industry example is, the laboratory team validated the manufacturing process before commercial production.
And so there's this almost desire to validate everything by data, and it's backward. It's making something important.
Our third word is allocate. And the pronunciation of allocate is allocate. 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 The word tense is, it's a verb. The general meaning of allocate is to assign or distribute resources. An engineering or workplace meaning is, in engineering management, allocate often refers to assigning manpower, equipment, budget, or resources to a task. A general example sentence is, the manager allocated additional funding to the project. A mining industry example is, the project manager allocated additional maintenance crews to the underground operation. Let's move on to our fourth word for today, and that word is specification. The pronunciation is specification. 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 And the word tense is, it's a noun. And the general meaning of specification is a detailed description of requirements or standards. An engineering workplace meaning is, specifications define technical requirements, dimensions, materials, tolerances, or performance expectations. A general example sentence is, please review the product specifications carefully. An oil and gas industry example is, the pipeline material must meet strict specification requirements for offshore operations. Word number 5, parameter. And the pronunciation is parameter. 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 And the word type is a noun. The general meaning of parameter is a limit, condition, or measurable factor. And engineering or workplace meaning is, in engineering, parameters are measurable operating conditions or technical variables within a system. A general example sentence is, we are working within tight budget parameters. An energy industry example is, the turbine operated outside its normal temperature parameters during testing. Before we continue, here's your first pro tip. In global engineering environments, verify and validate are two of the most commonly confused words, even by English native speakers. So let me make this simple for you. When you verify something, you are checking that it is correct against a standard or requirement. You are confirming the numbers, the measurement, the data. When you validate something, you are proving that it actually works in real conditions. You are testing it in the real world. Think of it this way. You verify the design on paper, you validate the product in real life. In the automotive industry, for example, engineers first verify the torque specifications on the drawing. Then they validate the braking system during actual road testing. Two different words, two different stages, both are critical. If someone in your next meeting says, has this been verified and validated? Now you know exactly what they are asking. Keep this in mind as we continue. Okay, let's move on to word number 6. And this one comes up constantly in technical reviews and project meetings. Functionality. The pronunciation of functionality is functionality. 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 The word tense is a noun. General meaning of this word is the way something operates or functions. An engineering workplace meaning is functionality refers to the operational capability or performance of a system or product. A general example is the latest software update improved functionality. An automotive industry example is the engineers tested the functionality of the autonomous braking system. Word number 7 is implementation. And the pronunciation of implementation is implementation. 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 And the word tense is, it's a noun. The general meaning of implementation is the process of putting a plan or system into action. An engineering workplace meaning is implementation refers to executing or deploying systems, solutions, or improvements. The general example sentence is the implementation of a new policy took several months. A pharmaceutical industry example is The implementation of the new quality control procedure reduced production errors significantly. I love word number 8. It gives me a feeling of anticipation for the future. And that word is prototype. And the pronunciation of prototype is prototype, 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 prototype. And the word tense of prototype is, it's a noun. A general meaning of prototype is an early model or sample of something. An engineering or workplace meaning is a prototype is an initial engineering version used for testing, evaluation, or development. A general example sentence is, the company presented a prototype for the new device. An automotive industry example is, the engineering team tested the electric vehicle prototype before mass production.
Prototype. Look, this prototype is worth $28 million right now. Relax.
And our 9th word is discrepancy. The pronunciation of discrepancy is discrepancy, 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 discrepancy. The word type or tense is, it's a noun. The general meaning of discrepancy is a difference or inconsistency. In engineering, discrepancy often refers to differences between expected and actual results, measurements, or documentation. A general example sentence is, there was a discrepancy in the financial report. A mining industry example is, the inspectors found a discrepancy between the safety report and the actual site conditions.
What do they say?
That they fired him because they found some discrepancy in his paperwork.
Here's word number 10, and that is deviation. The pronunciation is deviation, 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 deviation. The word tense is a noun. The general meaning of deviation is a departure from a standard or norm. An engineering or workplace meaning is, deviation refers to the processes, measurements, or products moving outside approved standards or specifications. A general example sentence is, we noticed a deviation from the original plan. A pharmaceutical example is, the quality department investigated the production deviation immediately. Pro tip number 2, and this one is very important. 2 words that we just covered are discrepancy and deviation, and these are often used interchangeably at work. But in engineering, they mean different things, and confusing them in a meeting or a report can cause serious misunderstandings. Here is the difference. A discrepancy is a difference between 2 things that should actually match, but they don't. It could be between a document and the actual site conditions, between a drawing and a measurement, between what was reported and what actually happened. A deviation, on the other hand, is when something moves outside an approved standard or specification. It's not just a difference, it's a departure from what is allowed or expected. So think of it like this. A discrepancy is what you find. A deviation is what you report and investigate. In pharmaceutical manufacturing, for example, A quality engineer might find a discrepancy between the batch record and the actual product data. That discrepancy then gets investigated as a formal deviation. One leads to the other, as you can see. Now you know the difference, and you will never confuse them in a meeting again. Word number 11 is optimization, and the pronunciation is optimization. Optimization, optimization, optimization. The word tense it's a noun, and the general meaning of optimization is the process of improving efficiency or performance. An engineering or workplace meaning is optimization involves improving systems, equipment, or processes for maximum efficiency and performance. A general example sentence is, the company focused on cost optimization. An energy industry example is, the engineers worked on turbine optimization to improve power generation efficiency. Now, word number 12 is what we hear quite regularly, and that word is compliance. The pronunciation is compliance, 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 compliance. And the word tense is a noun. The general meaning of compliance is following rules, standards, or regulations. And we are faced with those things on a daily basis, are we not? Engineering or workplace meaning is compliance refers to meeting safety, legal, environmental, or technical regulations. The general example sentence is, the company maintains strict compliance with industry standards. An oil and gas industry example is, the refinery underwent a compliance audit for environmental regulations. We are halfway through, and I want to ask you something. How many of these words have you heard this week at work? Keep counting, because the second half is where it gets really, really interesting. Word number 13, and that is calibration. The pronunciation is calibration, 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 calibration. And the word tense is, it's a noun. The general meaning of calibration is adjusting something for accuracy. An engineering or workplace meaning is calibration ensures instruments or measurement devices produce accurate readings. A general example sentence is, the technician performed calibration on the weighing scale. Regular calibration of laboratory instruments is critical for accurate testing. Word number 14 is inspection. The pronunciation is inspection, 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 inspection. The word tense is, it's a noun, and the general meaning is a careful examination or review. An engineering or workplace meaning is inspection refers to checking equipment, systems, or products for quality, defects, or safety. A general example sentence is, the building passed inspection successfully. A mining industry example is, the maintenance team completed a safety inspection underground. Word number 15 is integration, And the pronunciation is integration, 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 integration. And the word tense is, it's a noun. A general meaning of integration is combining parts into complete systems. An engineering or workplace meaning is integration refers to connecting systems, technologies, or components so they function together effectively. A general example is the software integration improved efficiency. An automotive industry example is the engineers focused on sensor integration for the autonomous driving system.
The integration of my illusion tech with your weaponized drones was brilliant.
Here is pro tip number 3, and this one connects 3 words that you just learned in a very practical way. Compliance, calibration, inspection. In any regulated engineering environment, whether you work in oil and gas, pharmaceuticals, mining, or energy, or even the automotive industry, these 3 words don't just appear separately. They work together to form part of a system. Here is how. Calibration makes sure that your instruments and equipment are measuring accurately. Inspection checks that your equipment, systems, and processes are meeting the required standards. Compliance confirms that everything, your processes, your equipment, your documentation, meets the legal, safety, and industry regulations. So in the real workplace situation, it sounds like before the compliance audit next month, we need to complete all scheduled calibrations and make sure that the inspection reports are signed off. 3 words, 1 sentence, and if you understand all 3, you understand exactly what needs to happen and why it needs to happen. This is the level of English confidence that sets professional engineers apart in global environments. Let's keep going. Word number 16, and that word is modification. The pronunciation is modification, 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 modification. And the word tense is, it's a noun. The general meaning is a change or adjustment made to something. An engineering or workplace meaning is modification refers to changes made to equipment, systems, or designs to improve performance or solve issues. A general example sentence is the design required several modifications. An energy industry example is the engineers approved modifications to the cooling system. Our 17th word is configuration, and the pronunciation is configuration, 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 configuration. And the word tense is, it's a noun. The general meaning, the arrangement or setup of parts. An engineering or workplace meaning is the configuration refers to how systems, equipment, or software are arranged or programmed. A general example sentence is the software configuration took several hours. An oil and gas industry example is the pipeline monitoring system required a new configuration. Tolerance is our 18th word, and the pronunciation is tolerance, 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 tolerance. The word tense, it's a noun, and the general meaning is the allowable limit of variation. An engineering or workplace meaning is tolerance refers to acceptable dimensional or performance variation in engineering and manufacturing. A general example sentence is, the measurements were within tolerance. An automotive industry example is, the machined components failed to meet tolerance requirements.
So zero tolerance to radiation doesn't make any sense.
Word number 19 is maintenance, and the pronunciation is maintenance, 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 maintenance. The word tense is, it's a noun, and the general meaning is the process of keeping equipment or systems in good condition. An engineering or workplace meaning is maintenance refers to servicing, repairing, or inspecting machinery and equipment. A general example sentence is, regular maintenance improves reliability. A mining industry example is, the maintenance shutdown lasted 3 days. Word number 20, defect. For this word, it's important to note that depending on which syllable you stress, there are two different meanings to it. When you stress the second syllable, it's defect, defect, defect. And that is a verb, and the meaning here is to desert or abandon a country or organization for another. For the purposes of this video, this is not the meaning we are going to focus on today. Our word pronunciation is defect. Defect, the first syllable is stressed. Defect, defect. The word tense is, it's a noun. The general meaning is a flaw or imperfection. An engineering or workplace meaning is, a defect is a problem in a product, material, or process that affects quality or performance. A general example sentence is, the customer reported a product defect. An automotive industry example is, the quality team identified a welding defect during inspection.
Was tilting forward. Then, another defect in Mulholland's design came into play.
Pro tip number 4, and I'm calling this one the quality triangle, because in manufacturing and engineering quality control, 3 words you've just learned are directly connected: specification, tolerance, and defect. Let me explain how they connect. A specification tells you exactly what the product or component must be, the required dimensions, the materials, performance, or standards for it. A tolerance tells you how much verification from that specification is still acceptable, because in the real world, no manufacturing process is perfect. So a small range of verification is allowed. A defect, on the other hand, is what happens when the variation goes beyond that tolerance. The product or component no longer meets the specification, and it cannot be used or released. So in practice, an automotive engineer might say, the machined component is outside tolerance. It doesn't meet the specification. We need to raise a defect report. Specification sets the standard. Tolerance defines the acceptable range. Defect is when that range is exceeded. Understanding this triangle will help you to follow quality discussions, inspection reports, and production meetings with complete confidence. Only 5 words to go. Let's finish strong. Word number 21, and that word is analysis. The pronunciation is analysis, 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 analysis. The word tense is, it's a noun, and the general meaning is a detailed examination of something. An engineering or workplace meaning is, analysis involves evaluating technical data, systems, or failures to make decisions or solve problems. A general example is, the report included a detailed analysis. An energy industry example is, the engineers conducted vibration analysis on the generator. Word number 22 is failure, and the pronunciation is failure, 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 failure. And the word tense is, it's a noun. A general meaning is when something stops working correctly. Engineering or workplace meaning is, failure refers to equipment, systems, or components no longer functioning as intended. A general example sentence is, the power failure affected the entire area. An oil and gas industry example is, the investigation focused on the pipeline failure causes. Word number 23 is performance, and the pronunciation is performance, 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 performance. And the word tense is, it's a noun. A general meaning is how well something functions. An engineering or workplace meaning is, performance refers to the efficiency, reliability, or capability of systems, equipment, or products. A general example sentence is, the athlete delivered an excellent performance. A pharmaceutical industry example is, the new packaging line showed improved performance during product trials. Word number 24 is capacity, and the pronunciation of capacity is capacity, 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 capacity. And the word type is, it's a noun. The general meaning is the maximum amount something can contain or produce. An engineering or workplace meaning is, capacity refers to production limits, output capability, or operational capability. A general example sentence is, the stadium reached full capacity. An engineering industry example is, the plant increased its power generation capacity. And yes, it's time for our final word, and the 25th word is productivity. The pronunciation of productivity is productivity, 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 productivity. And the word type is, it's a noun. The general meaning is the rate of efficient output or work. An engineering or workplace meaning is, productivity refers to operational efficiency and output performance in manufacturing or engineering environments. The general example is, the company wants to improve productivity. A manufacturing industry example is the factory improved productivity after automating the assembly process. And that brings us to pro tip number 5. We cannot forget pro tip number 5, and that is your final tip for today. And I want you to pay close attention to this one. You have just learned 25 engineering and workplace vocabulary words. You understand what they mean in general English. You understand what they mean in your engineering environments. And you've heard how they are used across automotive, oil and gas, mining, energy, and pharmaceutical industries. But here's the truth. Understanding a word is only the first step. The real goal is to use these words confidently, naturally, and correctly in your meetings, your reports, and your daily workplace conversations. So here is your challenge starting from tomorrow. Pick just 5 words from this video. Listen for them in your next meeting or on-site conversation. When you hear them, notice how they are used. What is the context? What action follows? Then try to use at least one of them yourself before the end of that day. That is how vocabulary moves from your head into your professional communication. Small steps, consistent practice, real results. You are just not an engineer. You are a global engineering professional, and your English is one of the most powerful tools you have. Use it. Now, I'd like to hear from you. Which of these engineering workplace vocabulary words do you hear most often in your meetings and discussions? And which words would you like me to cover in future videos? I'm happy to hear from you on that note as well. If you found this training helpful to improve your engineering communication and workplace English confidence, kindly like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow engineers and technical professionals. Owing to the fact that I'm a YouTube newbie, I incorrectly deactivated a very important setting when I was uploading my previous videos. This deactivation prevented you, my subscribers, from getting notified about my previous approximately 15 videos. Crazy, crazy, crazy error. Thank goodness I caught it in time. I sincerely apologize for this. I will share the links to these video playlists in the description below. So please look at it, click on it, and please, there are some really valuable information in those videos. In the description section, you will also see 3 resources I created just for you. These resources are free. They focus on how to share your opposing opinions in your meetings. The second one is Say It Right, Solve It Fast with clear technical English for problem solving. The third one is Turn Tell Me About Yourself into your strongest interview moment. You are most welcome to download those. Thank you kindly for spending your valuable time with me. You are appreciated. Take care and cheerio.